If I ask you whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you would probably be able to answer pretty quickly, even if you're ambidextrous. But if I ask you whether your dog is right-pawed or left-pawed, would you know? Just like most people are either right-handed or left-handed, dogs have a paw preference. But it can be hard to tell by looking at a dog what that paw preference is. So here's Amy and her SuperDogs Bravo and Ooh La La to show you some ways you can tell if your dog is right-pawed or left-pawed.
Did you know that just like people, dogs are either right-handed or left-handed, or right-pawed or left-pawed? Now with people, more people are right-handed than left-handed, but with dogs, it's about a 50-50 split. Today we're going to do some experiments with my SuperDogs and find out whether or not they're right-pawed or left-pawed, and I'm going to send you home with some exercises so you can do the same with your dogs at home.
Put a ball on the ground about 15 feet away from your dog. Send your dog to get the ball. Whatever way your dog turns typically indicates your dog's paw preference. Repeat this experiment a few times. Then, try experiment number 2.
Another way to check to see if your dog is right-pawed or left-pawed is to take your dog up a flight of stairs. Take note of what paw they put on the stairs first. That's what we call their lead leg.
So far, it looks like Ooh La La is right-pawed and Bravo is left-pawed. But the more experiments you try, the more sure you'll be. If your dog shakes a paw, or if they paw at you for attention, which paw did they use? That would be their dominant side or their stronger side. Another way to determine if your dog is right-pawed or left-pawed is to watch while they're playing with a toy or chewing on a bone. Whichever paw they use to hold or support the toy is usually their dominant side. Also, watch your dog when they are lying down to go to sleep. Lots of dogs will circle many times before they lie down. The direction that they circle is usually their dominant side. It's interesting to note that while dogs can be both left-pawed and right-pawed, for many decades, traditional obedience was always done on the handler's left-hand side. If you watch, you'll see in obedience rings, the dog is always on the left, and still, most people walk their dogs on their left-hand side. However, dogs have adapted for that. While they might be predominantly right-pawed or left-pawed, when the owner is training the dog on the left-hand side, the dog develops a stronger right side.
And there you have it, some fun ways you can learn something new about your dog and spend time together doing it. And that is a win for both of you.